Changer ça.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Let me just bring you guys in. There we go. All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me just move the screens around here. Where is everyone? Where are we? Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Just moving this screen around. There we go. Cool. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Gold is on the move here. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. Been trading for the past 7 years, mainly focusing on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Hope everyone had a good week. A good day yesterday. Not week, good day. Hope Dakota's still in his GC long. 10 contracts? Damn, where did he get long from? To be fair, the longs in Asia were very nice. We called We called some nice longs in our Asian market call yesterday to come down, grab some lows, hold 39.50 before breaking back higher. So yeah, gold is on having a very, very, very nice squeeze. Excuse me, guys. Congrats, Aaron, on the new watch. Thank you, man. Thank you. Just posted the video. So yeah, gold's having a decent run here, guys. Now, I didn't take this trade here. This is actually a trade that one of our mentorship members did take whilst we were on our one-to-one call, actually, which we took here this morning before we jumped on. And the reason I left it on here is just so we could show you guys how perfect this trade is. I took a pretty similar trade down here yesterday, coming up into pre-New York, but I didn't take this one here. I was waiting until we jump on, and I was on the one-to-one. But again, the reason I wanted to keep this on for here, guys, is just show you guys how nice these hourly fake-out setups really are. Look how perfect this trade is here on gold. And look at how it worked here as well. You break below the support, nice support. So you can see here, broke it, held it, squeezed lower. Here you broke it, and then you instantly closed right back above. So what is that, guys? That is our perfect hourly fake out. Again, hourly time frame, providing the goods as always. So you have that hourly closing below, instantly close right back above. So you buy here, and you're targeting these highs here. Why are you targeting these highs? Because you never re-grabbed the highs here before this sell-off. So that was an absolutely perfect play here. Pre-London for 200 ticks. Now, unfortunately, we didn't jump on pre-London today, guys. We're back to the normal London streams. So unfortunately, we didn't trade pre-London. And the day we don't trade pre-London did have the goods, but it's fine. We'll still see what we get here for the day. But like I say, the reason I wanted to keep that on there is just to show you guys how nice these hourly plays and these hourly fake out trades really are. You break below, you instantly close right back above. Cool. 6 a.m. London time. There's your long. Easy long all day long. Absolutely beautiful trade. So we cleaned up some of these levels. We did also have a great buy yesterday. I appreciate you guys who also tuned into fast markets yesterday. Gold was on a crazy slow grind up, which I think would have trapped in a lot of people trying to short gold, and you just kept creeping higher and higher and higher and higher. I didn't get as much of this as I would have liked. I got from here to here yesterday. I think I made about $500 or $600 across 2 accounts. So I was happy with that move before you then pull back. Ended up having a great run higher. So yeah, I didn't get as much of this as I would have liked yesterday, but hey, we still qualified for another pair, which was amazing. So let's have a look at what we got for gold today. Remember, guys, we'll look at NQ, we'll have a look at gold, we'll look at all other markets here this morning. Now, interesting thing here about gold yesterday is this is again what we were saying on fast markets, is I was very interested to see how gold was going to react around these lows here, and see how this daily was going to close. So on gold, you ended up closing all the way back above 3,900, all the way back above 3,950. This here is a 500 tick range, so you got to have at least a 700 tick wick rejection here on gold. Yes, 660 tick wick rejection here on the daily time frame. And we do have big news today as well, guys. We do have FOMC coming out today. A little bit earlier for you guys who are trading in the European times. It's actually coming out at 6 o'clock London today. So 6 o'clock London time, we have FOMC coming out, which will be very interesting. 7 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock London time. So big news day today as well. And gold having a beautiful bounce here. So where would my daily bias target be today? Probably tap into yesterday's high. I think yesterday's high could be a pretty decent target here on gold. You'll already get, look at this beautiful 4 hour as well. Not only are you taking an hourly fake out, you had a 4 hour liquidity grab, closing back above, holding the level, and breaking back highs. Absolutely beautiful trade. You guys who are trading Asia, you guys are getting some great moves at the minute. I need to start getting up earlier. We need to get on the charts earlier. These are some phenomenal moves here. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Also take a look at Crude. Yep, definitely we can have a look at Crude. Absolutely. So what do we want to see here on gold? Let's get rid of these levels, guys. These are the levels from yesterday. Let's get rid of these levels. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. That was the longs yesterday. Amazing. Let's get rid of that. So let's have a look. What could we see here? So you've just had that, Again, we're back at that 4,000 region. We got London open in 20 minutes. This is already, I know it's a little bit tough, but gold's already up like 500 ticks here pre-London, which is crazy. But we're already having a huge move here, so you may create some space around these highs here. 30-minute also closing back above, so if we can get a little bit of a pullback back down into this 4,000 region, I would like to see if we can take this back higher. Now, how high we do go, given the fact that pre-London's already moved 500 ticks, you know, we'll have to see. Maybe an extra 50 to 100 ticks more. We'll see. It's unlikely that you're going to see another whole leg higher to fill up 4,050 in the London session and have a 1,000 tick move. So we'll very likely maybe be playing gold somewhere in between here now. So if we can pull back 4,000, we'll see if we can continue buying this. See if we can continue buying this higher. Again, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely perfect, perfect, perfect. You guys who are trading Asia, you guys got so many opportunities here today. You had fake out buys from here. You also then had fake out buys from here pre-London, 5:30 London time as well. Crazy amount of opportunities in Asia at the minute. Where did Dakota take his longs from? I missed tuning into his slow markets. He got what, long 10 contracts? Let me see if I can see it on his London stream. Was it on his personal? I assume it was obviously on his personal. Let's have a look. Where did he get long from? We'll have a look at NQ as well, guys. He said from 4,000. He got long from 4,000? Let's have a look. What? Oh, what? More of a swing? Oh, more of a swing trade? Where is he? Where is he? Ah, okay. Oh, personal. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. I was going to say. I still kind of wanted to see it. I was hoping he was going to share it. Yeah, swing trade. Ah, nice, nice, nice. I mean, loading up longs from 4,000's not a bad idea. It's gonna be very interesting to see if gold's gonna come correct back down lower, or we're gonna come for a whole nother leg higher. I don't want to say it, but I don't think we're gonna come for another leg higher. Again, what I think and what's gonna happen is completely irrelevant. But I look at this and I go, yeah, I think we could come down. We've been pretty much non-stop bullish for this whole entire year. To me, we could see gold correct a little bit lower. Oh, he wasn't looking today. He was down. Okay, nice, nice. I mean, averaging a buy from 4,000. Even if we were going to see a whole another leg low, yeah, you could still see gold pull it back up into 4,100. You know, if we were looking at this from a big swing trading perspective, let's have a look at this on the daily time frame. You know, we could easily pull back into this kind of breakout level from 4,100 before potentially going lower. But it is a 3,950. 3,900, two big make or break levels here. That's why this week on gold is going to be very interesting to see if we actually close bearish below last week's low or we wick all the way back above. Today's targets would be yesterday's high. Look at this daily time frame here on gold. You had this lovely liquidity grab. You know, we called the nice short down to these levels, back down to these highs yesterday. Called them nice shorts beautifully. So now that we've tagged these lows, we've held this resistance, we've held 3,900, which is a big round psychological level. I would say pulling back into yesterday's high is a very logical level. Now, if we're going to get long up into yesterday's high, we're already having a decent run here, so we still want to be doing it at a good area. So yesterday's high is here. So we want to ideally be buying up into that. Now, the only thing is, you've already had a very, look at this clean, beautiful run here. Regardless of if it happened when we were on the charts or not, this is a very nice, lovely run up here. So the likelihood is, I want to see a bit of a 30-minute liquidity grab before we can take this higher. So, you know, maybe this 30-minute could close like this. We get the London Open. The London Open comes down, tags the lows, and then we can see if we can take this higher. So, longs into yesterday's high makes the most sense. Remember, it is FOMC day today as well. I do believe the Topstep guys are having an FOMC party, I believe, if they call it that. Or did I just call it that? I'm pretty sure they call it FOMC party. So I'll be tuning into that as well. It'll be at 7 o'clock my time. Yeah, FOMC watch party. I didn't just make that up, did I? I'm pretty sure they call it FOMC watch party. So we'll absolutely be tuning into that today, 6 o'clock London time, 7 o'clock Europe time. Let's have a look here. So yeah, we'll see if gold can potentially pull back here before we go higher. Let's have a look at NQ, guys. NQ has been on a phenomenal run higher as well. Absolutely crazy run here on NQ. I do believe we have a lot of earnings coming out today and into tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow we have Amazon earnings. Is it tomorrow we have Amazon earnings? I am long Amazon. I've been long Amazon for quite some time. I believe it's tomorrow we have Amazon earnings. Where are we? 30th. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday we have Amazon earnings, which will be very interesting. I've been long Amazon for quite some time, so we'll see how them earnings come out. If we dip low, great, I'll buy more. If we push, fantastic, we make money. So yeah, NQ just, crazy gap up over the weekend, just continuing to squeeze back higher. Haven't really traded NQ for this whole week. I did trade NQ last week. I haven't traded NQ at all. You guys who were here yesterday, we called nice buys up into this high yesterday. You came down, grabbed the lows, broke out. There was a lovely sort of London trade yesterday when you tagged lows, closed bullish. 9 o'clock London time, you had great longs here. Into New York session, came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish. If you were very quick, there's no bottom wick, so it would have been pretty hard, but there was nice squeeze there. But NQ is just continuing to run here, guys. NQ is very tough to trade right now. Personally, I just wouldn't even trade it. I think there's much nicer opportunities like gold than NQ right now. Which we were saying yesterday on fast markets, looks like everyone's coming to the gold side. Everyone's starting to trade gold, which is what we like to see. What's our next level here? We got 26,300, could be a big level. Let's get rid of these levels. Buys into that 26,100 level yesterday was nice. Now we've kind of squeezed that pretty well. Gold coming for a bit of a pullback here, which is nice. I want to see gold pull back, grab some lows, maybe retest these highs, then we'll see if we can get gold higher as well. Someone wanted to have a look at crude. Let's have a look. We got London open in about 12 minutes here as well, guys. Let's have a look at crude. What are we up to? Higher time frame. You had a huge... I've lost all my levels here on crude. What did I do it on this chart? Let me see. Where's my levels gone? I've lost my levels. That's all right. We'll do some fresh analysis here. So bit of a range on the weekly. You had this huge sell-off, held some nice support, squeezed back higher. Daily time frame here on crude. I mean, this is pretty nice actually. Look at this. Came up, tagged some highs, sold off. Pretty decent sells yesterday if you're a crude trader. Look at that. Wicked the highs. Any early sellers getting squeezed out, closing back below. I don't know what does crude always love to do. Loves to do it all the time. Come up, grab the highs, sell off. Come up, grabs the highs, sells off. Same thing to the downside. What do? You come down, tag the lows, break back higher. Now, where have we not really tagged now? Well, we haven't really tagged, again, this is a much higher time frame outlook. We haven't really tagged too much down here, back down at that 55 region. So could we be getting another leg lower? You pull back, you grab the highs, you break below. You pull back, you grab the highs, you break below. You pull back, you grab the highs. Are we now going to start to break back below here on crude? I mean, you got a decent breakout yesterday. You do have a pretty strong support level right at that 60 region. That'd be a very big, very big strong support, which we'll have a look at. We'll make that 50%. That's our key level. So nice support, big resistance, broke above, support, squeeze higher. Nice support, broken it, support. Big level. So personally, I would like to see if we can break this 60 region today. And then you could be looking for some decent downside. Now, you have had a pretty decent sell-off here yesterday as well. So if you can squeeze back maybe intraday longs before potentially going short, could be nice. You're kind of in a little bit of an hourly range here. But I'd maybe be seeing if you can maybe come back up and test some resistance up here before then seeing that leg lower. So for crude, you could have some intraday longs before you sell off later. Good morning, man. Good morning. Trade live more. Yeah, but we trade live here every day. If we get trades, absolutely. If we get trade on gold here today, it'd be fantastic. But gold's already having a very nice run up here, so absolutely. If we get something, 100% we'll take it live together. One thing with me, the way I trade, and the way to trade gold is gold does take patience. It does take higher time frame closures, but if you wait for them closures, you get very good trades. And unfortunately, gold isn't really a time-based instrument in the sense that, you know, it will always move at the London Open or it will always move at the New York Open. If gold's at a good level, it will move. So today we moved at 5 a.m. London time. Great buys at 6 a.m. So sometimes it happens when we're here together. Sometimes it might happen after. You know, yesterday, my nicest long trade yesterday happened right before the New York Open. I had this perfect liquidity high here. You had a perfect double top. People trying to short here, risk off that high, so buying up into that high. So sometimes on gold, you know, you might get good pre-New York buys. Sometimes you might get more buys at New York Open. And same thing for London. You know, it doesn't always have to move at the London Open. If gold's at a good level and it's breaking high, you know, gold moves. Gold's not something like NQ where, you know, you trade New York at the Open, you're guaranteed to get big moves and big volume. Goldie goes when gold wants to go. But yeah, if we get something 100%, I do like these longs here today. But you kind of have to also accept that this is a very decent push up here. I always try and say, look, you know, regardless of if you got this or not, this is a great move up. A very, very, very good move up. So you kind of have to accept it and wait. So absolutely, if we get something fantastic. Fantastic. We got London Open coming up in 8 minutes here as well, guys. Goldie is breaking back above 4,000, which is huge. So, I mean, you may just get a small pullback and you may just continue squeezing here. We'll see. You know, you saw that huge sell-off yesterday, got bought right back up, and now you're kind of coming for this leg higher. So yesterday's high does look like a very nice target. If we start rejecting from here on gold, you know, how many people do you think will be trying to do something like this? I would imagine a lot. I would imagine a lot of people will try to get short here, risk off that high. So the likelihood is we could see something like this. Pull back, continue squeezing them highs. And that's what we're looking for here on Goldie today. But, you know, because gold isn't necessarily a market that always moves at a specific time, you could say to yourself, well, how do I trade it? Do I have to sit here watching it all day long? Absolutely not. The best way to trade gold is to watch your high time frame closures and then execute. So for me, whenever I'm not on stream with you guys, you know, I'll watch 30-minute and hourly closures, you know, maybe on my phone. If I get a 30-minute closure confirming something I want, cool. I'll jump back up and fire up the laptop and take the trade. I don't sit here and watch it, you know, all day long. Yes, bought gold into liquidity above. Yes, that was a beautiful trade, man. That was a fantastic trade. That was that hourly fake out this morning. So you got long from around here, right, I believe? Yes, you did. Yeah, that was a great trade, man. Yep, fantastic trade. You got long from around here. The reason that trade was so nice, you had a trend line coming down. Most people trying to short that trend line. So you're buying up into it. And you also had that hourly closure above. And you also had that 4-hour liquidity grab there as well. Look at that. 4-hour liquidity grab. 4-hour retesting. Hourly confirmation. Yeah, fantastic trade, man. Great, great, great trade. Absolute textbook trade. Thanks, bro. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a fantastic trade. You had every single element that we need. It was a great trade. Pull back and use 39.958, which was London high, could turn into some support. Let's have a look. 39.98. 39.98. Sorry, 39.58. Yeah, definitely. It's possible. You kind of look at all these levels. Depends on how bullish we are. It'll depend on how, if we come this low or not. But yeah, I mean, that would look pretty logical to me. And back down into here, you know, that's a, I mean, it's a potential 100-tick pullback. These ranges are still absolutely huge here. Absolutely huge. The only thing is, which I've seen a lot on gold, is we are looking very bullish. It could be one of them trades where we don't actually come that low and we just kind of continue squeezing like we did yesterday in New York. So I would kind of be watching, I mean, I guess kind of here. See how this hourly closes above. You might get a quick hourly bottom wick and you may just take it from here. If we can come back down lower, fantastic. We'll take a bigger push up. But yeah, that would be a pretty decent level. Look at this 4-hour here as well, guys. Grabbed the lows, broke above, held it, squeezing. Very, very, very nice. Another trust issue. I replied like 3 times already. Let's have a look. You British move Goldie. Yeah, Goldie's moving. How long typically Topstep to approve payout? If I request like 4 hours ago. Bruno said 1 to 3 days to be fully processed. Could take long with your very first payout. Bruno's the man. Trust Bruno. Have trust in Bruno. Nah, I wouldn't put in a buy stop, man, because if you put in a buy stop, you're buying resistance. Look at where the dotted line is. We're right at resistance there now. Personally, I wouldn't take a buy stop here, man. Good morning, Hamza. Good morning, man. Yeah, I wouldn't buy stop this. I'd have to take a retest entry. It's already, you know, if I try and take a buy stop, like say if I try and take a buy of these highs, well, look to the left. I'm buying massive resistance. You know, drag this all the way to the left. Look at all this. All of this huge area. You buy stop this. Look at this. We'd be buying at resistance. So yeah, unfortunately, I'd have to wait for it to pull back and then actually just market execute along. Look at this push here on gold. Yeah, I mean, good job on the payout. If you only took it 4 hours, yeah, give it some time, man. Give it some time. Chow, you tell him. Tell him to be patient. Bruno is the man. Bruno knows. Have trust in Bruno. Why do they not trust you, Bruno? What have you done, man? Hamza, did you see the fake out buy trade here, Hamza? Yeah, there you go. You tell him, Chow. You tell him. Look at this run on Goldie again, guys. Coming right at that 5 a.m. London time. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm hoping it's not one of them days where we have to sit and just watch it run. But I'm not going to start chasing longs here, guys. I have to see it pull back and continue buying. It's already moved, like, you know, from the fake out level. You're already up 400 ticks. I'm not going to start buying it. Up 500 ticks from the lows. It's one of them trades where, you know, we, again, although it came outside of our times, it's one of them trades where it's like we know where we should be in. We know we should be in from here. So does it make any sense to start taking it from here? Unfortunately not. But I just want to hear it from you to especially, yeah. Have trust in Bruno. Have trust in Bruno, you guys on YouTube. Also 5 times. So Goldie's having a big squeeze here, guys. We've got London Open coming up here. NQ having a push. We may have to have a look at some other markets here today. Copper, what's Copper been up to recently? Copper's very... Oh, this, to be fair, look at this on Copper. Came down, tagged lows yesterday. You have a perfect liquidity high. Copper, you could get a nice squeeze on. Now, if I do trade Copper, I will take it on a combine. But Copper looks good to squeeze these highs. You get a lot of people trying to sell Copper, risking off the high of the 9th of October. And you'll very likely continue to squeeze that. Remember, guys, it is FOMC day today as well. So look at this move on NQ. Absolutely huge. Should have got a swing trade on this. This is incredible. What an absolute run here. What else do we have this week? We got FOMC today. What else do we have this week? That's pretty much it. Other than earnings, FOMC is the big one this week. What earnings do we have this week? I think we have a lot, right? Where did you share it? Chow shared it in Discord somewhere. Well, we got a lot today. You got a lot today. Today being 29th of October, you got Microsoft, Google, Meta. You have a huge earnings. Huge earnings today. Yeah, if we can pull back to 4,000, absolutely. To be honest, we may just get a quick bottom wick here on this hourly and may continue squeezing higher. Like, this is a huge run. If we can come down here, absolutely, it would be great. But I wouldn't be too surprised if we just get a quick small bottom wick and then take it. So what I kind of want to see is a bit of a 13 or 15 minute liquidity grab. You're kind of already doing it from here, to be honest. You just came down, grabbed lows, holding support. You're already squeezing higher. I'm just waiting for this London Open here. It's already had it. Look at it. It's already a great run here. It's unfortunate, but it is a little bit tough here, guys. A lot of these big moves are coming at Funny times in London. Are you still, Chow, are you still long Amazon? Do you have any Amazon? You got Amazon earnings tomorrow. Yeah, we got Meta, Google, Microsoft today. And what do we have tomorrow? Tomorrow we have Apple and Amazon. Look at that, Apple and Amazon tomorrow. We got NYAM open 1 hour earlier, right? Isn't London also an hour earlier? No. So, better prices. Yeah. I would like to see a dip into earnings and then see if you can buy into the end of the year. No, this is we got London open right now here. 8 a.m. London time, that's the open here. The clocks have changed everywhere, but I believe the US side, which is changing this Sunday. So we've just had this great breakout here on gold, guys. Look at this absolutely phenomenal run. So for us trying to take longs here, yeah, it's like I say, it's one of them things. It's a little bit tough. Trust me, I want to take trades as much as you guys do. And it's not to say we can't get a trade here, but to start buying gold here, you know, let's think of the logic part of our brain, not the emotional one. What would be the setup here? What, this? Like where would the risk be? To me, if I was to buy here, the place where this trade would be invalid would be a closure back below 4,000. So do I really want to risk 200 plus ticks to hope to squeeze maybe 200? With keeping in mind the fact that we've also already pushed 540? Unfortunately not. Over 50% cash waiting to buy. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I got pretty similar, if not more, in cash. I don't have that much invested in stocks right now. I would like to see some dips to buy some more. Absolutely. Just be patient. So, if we can pull back here, amazing, guys. I do believe we will, because I think a lot of people will be trying to short this resistance. A lot of people trying to short this resistance. Fantastic. We can look to continue to squeeze this. Would I sell this for a pullback into 4,000? It's too bullish. It's unfortunate. Remember, guys, we don't control the markets. We just trade them. So if you feel like it's a little bit frustrating that gold's already had this move right now before we've been able to jump on, trust me, we're in the exact same boat. But we have to remember, we can't control the markets. We can simply just trade them. And if it's already had a great push here, and we know we should be buying from down here, what do you do with that information? You just have to accept it and wait. Accept it and wait. So if we can pull back, fantastic. Personally, guys, I won't be trading gold this high. What would be very nice here, and this could be a great setup into the New York session, and this is what we're ideally looking for here, is if we don't grab these highs here and we sell off from here, you'll get a lot of people trying to short this, risking off these highs, and you can actually play a very nice potential bounce back up into 4,050. And what is this as well? It's pretty big, but this is a pretty decent. There's your left shoulder. There's your massive head. Come back down for that right shoulder, and then you could get that squeeze back higher. So if we don't grab these highs coming into FOMC, you could have some great longs today on gold. If it comes here this morning, fantastic. If we keep squeezing, you have to accept it and wait, guys. We don't, like I say, we don't control the markets. We can only control what we do with this information. And what should we typically do with the information of a straight run up of almost 600 ticks? This is one of them times where, again, this is again why everyone gets such good backtesting results but such poor live testing results. If you were backtesting this right now, and you were trying to trade London, it's already pushed this much, what would you very likely be doing here? You would very likely be skipping across a few candles to see if you can pull back to then get your long. Therefore, you kind of have to adapt that same mindset and just wait. So, Goldie is going to take some time here, guys. Just passing another combine on NQ. Nice. Where did you get the longs? Where did you get long from, man? NQ's been on a crazy run. Look at this, guys. Was that the secret strategy, Chow? 5-minute morning star. Nice. 5-minute morning star. Well, let me see. Yeah, nice. Yeah, look at that. NQ is just continuing to run here. Look at that. 17 points in 5 minutes in the London session. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy. How many do I've only taken like one trade this week. I've only taken one main trade on my main account here. I've only taken one trade so far this week. With FOMC day today as well. I remember, guys. Oh. Oh no. Is Wednesday just not my day to trade? Look at this. My opinion on FOMC. How do you think gold will behave? Inclined to believe we're going to sell off. It's a good question, man. It's a good question. I try and see how FOMC is going to go depending on the price action leading up to FOMC. Oh wow, look at this chow. Beautiful, man. Serious gains. No red days, look at that. You don't trade Mondays? You're having a long weekend? What's that about? That's amazing, man. Amazing consistency. All from your help. Amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, how I decide if I'm going to trade FOMC or not is depending on the price action leading up. The only way that I trade news is if you leave huge liquidity levels before the news. So what I mean by that is sometimes on gold, you know, let's say if you have a big resistance level here, and this is what I see before major news events, you know, FOMC, NFP, CPI, you know, you'll see this a lot. You know, you leave these perfect double tops like this, you know, just like a couple minutes leading up to FOMC or NFP, you leave these perfect highs, and then that's when I'll trade into it if I have clear targets like this. And sometimes in London, you know, in London you could be trying to buy up into these highs, but before major news events, you can leave all of the perfect liquidity and then it all gets taken with the news. So what do I think will happen today? I'm honestly not really too sure. The fact that NQ is continuing to run higher with no significant pullbacks, a huge gap on the weekly time frame. I don't know. It's a real tough one right now. The thing is, gold's at a massive make or break level. You know, these huge high time frame support levels are going to be massive here. I would like to see gold continuing to sell off, to be honest. So if we start wicking the highs and closing back below, then maybe you can short. But you know, if we look at this from a neutral perspective, we have huge support here. We kind of have some big resistance up here, so there is still room to climb back higher first. So if we don't grab yesterday's high before the news, then you may squeeze higher. If I had to give a say right now, if I had to give a say of where do I think FOMC is going to go for gold, I think we'll probably squeeze higher, personally. Before then, you maybe get some shorts into next week potentially. We'll see. We'll see. But again, it's one of them where you want to stay as reactive and as neutral as possible. Crude might be a decent trade. Let's hope so, man. Let's have a look. See what we got for London. I mean, yeah, crude could be a decent trade, but again, this is the hourly time frame. This is the hourly time frame here on crude. Look at this price action. Does this price action tell us we should be entering this market or not? Personally, I look at this and I go, absolutely not. You're bullish, you're bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. It's like you may sell off, you also may just continue to range. Could GC price rise to tag yesterday's high to form a head and shoulders neckline at the London hour? Yes, definitely. I like longs on gold into yesterday's high. I think that's a great trade. Like I said, I would have loved to have been buying it already. But yeah, longs into yesterday's high looks very nice. Very, very, very nice. And yeah, you could absolutely form, you know, this sort of huge head and shoulders here. It's a very big one, sort of here. Come back up in there before then you potentially sell off. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it, man. You provide such great clarity of price action and breakdowns of the charts. Aaron, thanks so much. Thank you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate the kind words, man. It'd be great if we could take some trade and make some money here together in London session, but it's yeah, gold is just, again, it's one of them guys where, like I said, I would love to see it pull back, but we're breaking so high that, you know, you could easily just keep running. And you could say, well, why are you not trading it? Well, where am I going to put my stops? If I start buying gold from here, you know, because I think that we're going to continue to squeeze high and I want to tag yesterday's high, that's fine. But the first thing I think of before I do anything is where could I manage my risk? Well, where would be a logical stop here? What, like that? There's no risk to reward here. And if you try and buy gold, after a 500 straight push up with no pullbacks, I promise you, gold is not the market to try and chase. Go buy that gold necklace. Yeah, absolutely. But patience pays, guys. Remember, 1 to 2 trades a day. That's all you need. That's all you need. And that's what I say to you guys. Keep these levels on your charts throughout the day. It's great when these hit when we're on together, like we have seen recently. But recently at the London Open, we kind of either been having a lot of the fun pre-London, or more so towards like 9 to 10 a.m. London time. Let me just have a look here, guys. Yeah, maybe I had to go back to sleep. Yeah, I think so, Hamza. The nicest, did you see the nicest trade here though, Hamza? Of kind of what we spoke about yesterday on our call. Did you see the nicest trade here? It was here. That beauty right there. That's our perfect hourly fake out trade. Absolutely perfect. Remember, guys, look, I'll show you my stats here, guys. I've shown this on the mentoring call before. It's like, you guys don't need to be trading multiple times every single day. You need quality over quantity. I'd probably average a trade a day. Some days you get trades, some days you don't. Some days I might get 2 trades, some days I might get none. So far this week, I've only had 1 trade. If I get a trade today, fantastic, I'll take it. If not, I look back at my month and go, cool, this has been an absolutely fantastic month on a single account here. You guys don't have to be trading multiple times every single day. You need quality over quantity. I was just doing this for demonstration purpose on a mentoring call, showing how to set it. Personally, my daily loss limit is like 750, to be honest. I'm not really ever taken more than that. My biggest loss has been a little bit more, 850. And again, that's why I should have set it in. And that was here. But my actual personal daily loss limit is like my personal daily loss limit, yeah, is around like 750. Because my average win 220, average in trade 170. So yeah, personally, I just set that. But yeah, to me, this is 750 is more than enough. Even to us, even 500 is more than enough. More than enough. More than enough. Gold could pull back here, guys. We could pull back. Like I say, the more you reject from here, the more people try and short, the more likely you have to buy it. Said the same to guys. You better set up during the morning. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's a good question, man. If gold does decide to pull back, how will we know when to go long back into the previous daily highs? That's a fantastic question. I'll show you the example of the trade that I took yesterday. So your job, again, this is like another thing where people get too focused on. People get too focused on where we could pull back to before potentially going higher. Now, I don't really worry about where we could pull back to. Could we pull back to here? Or could we pull maybe back to here? Or could we maybe pull back to these levels? It doesn't really matter too much about where you think we can pull back to. All I'm really looking for is for price to pull back and show me that support's being formed, and then I'll take my trade. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if we look at this trade here today in Asia, when you had this bearish closure here, you could have said to yourself, okay, cool, well, I think price is going to come down and retest this level before potentially going higher. And that's okay to think that. However, if something like this shapes up and it shows you that we're finding support here, then take your trade. So what would I see? What would I want to see in order to go long today on gold? Well, I'd want to see something similar to this. So it doesn't really matter too much about where I think price can pull back to. Although I think we can pull back to 4,000. If we maybe pull back to here and start showing some signs of support, then I'll take it from there. So some signs of support for me would be a bit of a fake out trade. It could potentially be a morning star play. The trade I took yesterday was a liquidity grab and a morning star. So for instance here, you left a perfect double top, you came down, grabbed lows, you broke back above. So cool, I'll take it from here. Regardless, if I thought, I think price is going to come back down into here, it's like, that's fine. But the markets don't care too much about what we think. If we throw reversal signs from here, I'll take it from here. So exactly the same with the Asia trade. If you throw reversal signs from here, then you take it from here. So all I'd really want to see for potential buys on gold is a pullback, whether it comes to here, whether it comes to here, whether it comes to here, doesn't really matter too much. And I'll look for maybe a 30-minute morning star, hourly fake out, 15-minute morning star, 15-minute fake out. Wait till we close bullish and then take my trade. So that's all I'd want to see, is a potential reversal sign at a previous breakout level. Yes, Nico, yeah, with how bullish it has been, absolutely. Like, I wouldn't be looking for like a 15-minute, play here when it's been so bullish on the hourly time frame. That's a good point, man. I don't use them, to be honest, man. I don't use them, so I don't really know too much. But to me, it sounds like support and resistance, to be honest. Wait, what? When did you start flying business? How much monthly do you need to make month before you do? Probably only a year ago or something I maybe started, but I don't know if there is a certain amount a month you need to make to fly business. It's just something, if you think you've been working hard and you want to treat yourself to it, do it. I don't just fly business, I fly economy all the time. I don't really care too much, to be honest. So if I'm flying to Europe, I'll do it just because it kind of just it makes it more comforting. It was more of a sense of achievement when I did it, to be honest, man. It's not something I do all the time. But when I do it, when I land, I think, oh, was it worth it? Not really. We get there at the same time. But it's a fun experience. It's more of just it's not really, you have to make this much a month to be able to do it. It's like, if you've worked hard, you treat yourself to something fantastic. No cattle cast, man. Nah, I still sit in economy all the time. I don't really care too much, to be honest. It's just a nice little treat. If you've been working hard, you want to treat yourself. Fantastic. Do I set max sizing? I don't set max sizing. I just kind of have my own rules that I know I won't really break too much, to be honest. This is a 100k account. This is a 100k account. Nah, it's not real fear, man. Been using it for a long. It's been using it for a long time. The market doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. What setup do you use, and what things are you looking at for while you trade off stream? Pretty much high time frame candle closures. I'm waiting for like an hourly 30-minute candle closure, and then I'm taking my trade. That's the main thing. I'm very rarely actively sat here watching the 5-minute go up and down. I'll kind of whenever I'm not on stream with you guys, I'll zoom out to the hourly time frame. I'll wait for my hourly closure. As soon as I get my hourly closure call, I'll jump on the charts and take my trade. So kind of like yesterday, I saw this hourly closure here, closing bullish, rejecting. So this is the hour I decided to jump on the charts and start trading, and then take my longs. So whenever I'm not on stream with you guys, I'm mainly watching these higher time frame candle closures. So for instance, right now, it's like you'd almost set an alert back down here on gold and see if we pull back. If my alerts go off, cool, jump on the charts, take the trade. The last thing you want to do is sit on the charts for 5 to 10 plus hours a day. How much risk do you have per trade? I'm averaging maybe $170, $200. That's how much I'm risking. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Depends on the trade. You can see here, look, 200, 300. This was a big losing day here, 800, and this was also the reason this was a big losing day is because this was actually after a green day. This started off as a green day, then ended up into being a max loss spread day. So that was a good lesson. But yeah, I'm risking maybe $150, $200 per account, and we have 5 accounts here on Topstep. So you don't need to, if you want to start trading more sides, you want to start making more money, it was like, well, rather than trying to over leverage on the one account, you know, just trade the same small consistent size and just add more accounts. That's the way you're going to be able to scale. Dinner time, see bro. Thank you for tuning in, man. See you next time. This may sound a bit silly, but I was wondering, when you take an hourly fake out trade, do you drop down time frame for execution? You can. You don't really need to be honest, man. You can if you want to. Maybe you see something a little bit more, but you also don't need to. You could 100%. You see this hourly close bullish, take it from here to here, walk away to the next hourly close. Is cool. The next hourly close up here. You go, cool. That was a great trade. So you can refine it on a lower time frame if you really want to, but until you're getting actually consistent with calling market direction well here on the hourly, here on the 30-minute, then personally I wouldn't worry too much about it. I do, like I dropped down to a 5-minute here yesterday, but it's not really something I would say to you guys who are still trying to get the strategy down that you should worry too much about over refining. You know, I would say refinement comes with time. You want to focus on getting consistent with calling these moves as well. And then you can look back at this trade and go, okay, cool. Maybe how could I have dropped down to lower time frame and maybe refine this? Well, there was a nice 5-minute grab and a bullish closure there. Maybe I could have longed here, risked off there, and then could have got my trade. But it's not really something that you should worry too much about in the earlier days. That's something that held me back for so long, is trying to be too over refined. So could you take it off just the hourly time frame? 100%. You get great trades off the hourly time frame, and you're still in and out within 1 to 2 hours anyway. So it's not as if you're swing trading. Like a lot of people say, if you're trading the hourly or swing trading, not at all. I could trade the hourly time frame and be in and out within 1 to 2 hours. I think if you can get good at reading the hourly time frame on gold, hourly and 30-minute, you know, when you do drop down to your lower time frames, your life is going to be much easier. One of the worst things that you can do is, you know, open your chart, go straight to the 5-minute and try and pick direction off the 5-minute. I like trading the 5-minute, but I only use the 5-minute to execute based off what the higher time frames already told me. Personally, that's how I like to do it. And like I say, gold moves very, very, very clean on the hourly time frame. And it never really moves that big that you're going to miss anything. Like if you wait for an hourly closure, let's say right now, you know, it's 8:22. You walk away until 9 a.m. You're not really going to miss anything. Like the markets, like we said this on our call this morning, is like, doesn't really move as fast as you think. The hourly is what confirms the move. Look at this. You break above, you break back below. Cool. There's your confirmation. There's your short. You know, you tag lows, you close bullish on the hourly time frame. Cool. There's your long. You break below, you break back above. There's your confirmation. There's your trade. The hourly is a very nice time frame to trade here on gold. If not to trade, you know, maybe some of you guys do like the quicker in and out moves, which I do like as well. But still, taking the quicker in and out moves once the hourly confirms it, it just give you a much nicer win rate and much easier trades to take. Look at this on the euro here, guys. We spoke about this trend line here on the euro yesterday for price to come down and manipulate this more, which we haven't really done yet. So euro shorts today could be nice. So if we're going to get a euro sell off, then gold could potentially sell off as well, with that US dollar strength on the news potentially. Euro looks nice to pull all the way back down as these lows back down into 1.16250. Potential shorts on the euro today. Evening star forming on the daily time frame. You could get some nice shorts. Evening star on the daily time frame. Massive evening star on the monthly time frame. Look at this monthly evening star. Monthly and daily evening star shaping up here in the euro. You could get some good shorts today. But again, you know, even if you're going to get the shorts on FOMC, you could still see some massive spikes before you potentially sell off. We'll watch it. We'll watch FOMC on TopstepTV together today. If you guys are around, I will be watching it on TopstepTV. I won't be on TopstepTV, but I will be tuning in. I'll be absolutely tuning in. That helps heaps. Yeah, good man, absolutely. I say get good at reading the higher time frame, then start to scale down as you progress. Like I started swing trading and then moved to day trading. It honestly helped me a lot because I was able to understand the importance of the daily and 4-hourly time frame to know what I want to do on my lower time frame. Look at this run here on gold, guys. Crazy run. Crazy, crazy run. Any other instruments you guys are looking at though, feel free to send it over. It doesn't have to be just gold. NQ, anything else you guys are looking at, we can absolutely break it down. NQ, again, you're probably going to wait for FOMC. It's on a, look at this run here on NQ. Absolutely crazy. We should have dip bought this for a swing trade. This is huge. How much is this as a percent from back down here? 5%. That's amazing. Absolutely huge. 5% from what, last Thursday to Wednesday? Crazy. Yeah, ES looks more like it wants a bit of a pullback. Look at this, you're wicking out some major highs. ES looks like it wants to come for a steep pullback here. Again, what it looks like and what's going to happen, you know, still trade what you see. If you wick these highs and close back below, there's potential short on ES. Is copper breaking back high yet? Remember, potential longs on copper as well. Crude, I would stay patient with. You're coming back down to the lows again, so you're back in the middle of the range. Sorry, back at the lows of the range. Here's the lows, here's the highs. Very messy, and this is the hourly time frame. So if the hourly is creating a big range, lower time frame will be even more noise. Good night, Charles. Good night. You know, on FOMC days, you know, FOMC days is not also a bad day to be like, you know what? I'm just going to come back tomorrow. FOMC is going to be a big day here today, guys. A very, very big day. Look at this squeeze on gold. I mean, the thing is, if gold does continue squeezing higher all the way between FOMC, yeah, maybe FOMC could sell gold off a little bit. If we just continue running up before FOMC, the likelihood of FOMC just continuing to squeeze higher, yeah, I think you'd be more likely for a bit of a pullback. Look at this, just straight run here. It's like a New York move. Silver. Yes, let's have a look. See if it's following suit to gold. Yeah, so silver we spoke about yesterday. You know, remember some of you guys were saying, why is silver not selling off like gold was selling off? Well, look at where silver is. Silver's at this huge support. What did we do? Again, look at this on silver, guys. This is a great trade. What did we do yesterday on silver? We came down. How many people do you think would have been buying silver from here? Risking off these lows. What does price do? Comes down, takes them lows and breaks back higher. This is look at this. This is beautiful. So as soon as you see this daily here, again, another question you guys asked this week, which is a great question, is how to know your daily bias. Well, when you jump on the charts today and you see yesterday tag the lows and close bullish, yeah, your daily bias is easy longs here today. Easy longs anticipating you're going to get this nice morning star play here, which is already, again, same as gold, having a very, very, very nice pre-London move here. So same as gold, 5 a.m. London time, you're having this amazing, amazing, amazing run. So silver's on a great run. Silver, to me, looks like you do want to come much higher. You kind of have this big trend line coming down. So the way we trade trend lines is a lot of people would be trying to short here, you know, risking off these highs and these highs here. So to me, I would take this trend line here on silver, and this point here would become my liquidity level, because that's the place where most people are probably trying to short the trend line and risking off. So you still could see silver squeeze more up into these highs here, which is around 48.8-ish. Again though, same as gold, if we're not already long on silver, where would we want to get long? Well, we'd want to see a little bit of a pullback. What would that pullback do? That pullback would bring in more sellers, therefore we're more likely to squeeze this higher. So I would look for a potential pullback on silver, and then I'd look for my overall long trade. This silver position looks very, very, very nice. Look how you literally came down, and this is our plan. I don't trade silver, maybe I should, because this is our plan to a T. You come down, what does this do here? You get lots of people trying to buy here, whether they put their stops down just below here. What does silver do? Comes down, tags the lows, breaks all the way back above, and has this beautiful squeeze higher. So now we would pretty much be looking for the same thing here, but to here. And again, you can kind of see you have this sort of left shoulder, massive head, potential right shoulder region. So pullbacks on silver, and this actually looks nicer than gold for a long trade. I actually like this nicer than gold. So depending on what you guys were looking at for silver, I would say intraday pullback maybe in London before buying into New York. Or buying into FOMC. Could you share some thoughts on journaling? I want to make it more than just writing things down and leaving them in a notebook. How can you make the process more actionable and derive real value? There's a lot of ways to use a journal. Journaling is extremely important. There's a few different things that you have to track, such as one thing I see a lot when I speak with lots of traders is, you know, some people say they take lots of break evens, and then I'll say to them, well, what happened after you took the break even? And they go, oh, I'm not really too sure, I didn't write that down. Okay, well, that's something that we have to track. So there's many of different things that you can tweak as you progress. If you don't write down right now, you know, the outcome of your trade after you maybe took the break even or after you take the loss, then that's something we need to know. Because if most of the time, you know, you take a couple of break evens and then price ends up doing exactly what you want, okay, cool, well then we need to work on not going to break even. And then we also need to find out, well, why are you going to break even? Well, I'm going to break even because I'm scared to lose. Okay, cool. Well, if you're scared to lose, now we need to reduce the size so you can trade with a comfortable size where you can actually execute well. So it kind of all builds in together. So that's a stat I would absolutely track, is what happens after you get break even or after you take a loss. Does it end up doing exactly what you want? Same thing with the loss. If you take a loss and then price does exactly what you want, okay, cool. Then maybe you're getting in a little bit too early. So therefore, there's something to work on. Another one could be, I mean, there's loads of different things. Another one could be something that you should track, which I track a lot, is what is my average trade running into? So you can look back at your trades and you go, okay, cool. Well, on average, most of my trades hit around 100 ticks, but I keep closing mine at maybe 50. Well, cool. I'm leaving 50 ticks on the cards, which is half of the trade. So therefore, I want to look at my journal. Okay, cool. Then I need to work on holding my winners longer. And it doesn't have to be super complex. You know, you can just build it into a Google sheet, for example. You know, have your session, have the time frame you took the trade. Again, a very important stat is. Let me see if I can just show you guys one of my ones quickly. We got time. I'll see if I can share one of my journals that I use. Where's one of my journals here? Let's have a look. Let's see if I can share this with you guys whilst we got time here on gold. So, where are we? It's my trading journal. This is someone else's. Whose is this? I don't want to use someone else's. Where's mine? This is one of mine from... When's this from? This is one of mine from last year. So this is just some things that I would put in there. I'd put the date. I'd put the session. What I'm trading. Buy, retest, liquidity play. The time frame execution. What sizing I took the trade at. Reasons, for how many confluences for the trade. A screenshot of the trade so I can kind of look back and go, oh cool, what was that trade? Okay, that was that trade. And then I can also see, like, okay, I took a break even on this trade. Well, I only hit a max of 9 ticks, so that was a great break even. Same thing, you know, I can go back and look at, again, this is how gold is moving so crazy now compared to just January 24. You know, if you're getting 20, 30 ticks, that was a great move. And, you know, see here, like kind of what I said, you know, on average, most of my trades are hitting 33 ticks. Therefore, if I'm closing, you know, 20, 30, that's great. But if my average is 33, but I was maybe closing at like 10, then I kind of want to hold them longer. So this one, okay, cool. This one ran into 80 ticks, but I only took 20. So I can come at the end of the month and then go, okay, cool. Well, why did I not hold that so long? What was the reason for closing that trade? And I go, okay, cool. Maybe if you broke these highs, maybe I could have put my stop here and I would have got out there and I could have made a little bit more. So they're just some things you can track and you can put in your win rate as well. I guess it's super simple for you guys to build this as well. But you'll need to track different things depending on what you're maybe struggling with right now. So if something you're struggling with is, and it's not something that should take, you know, hours, you should be able to just quickly put in the data and then go back and look at it. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, there's different platforms where you can automatically drop all your data in. I personally prefer to do it manually like I just showed you guys. It kind of helps get it into my brain more. If I actually write it down, I write down the mistake or I write down what I did good. Tips on completing a combine. Tips on completing a combine is don't focus on trying to pass the combine. Focus on taking good trades and managing a risk and trading small consistent size. And take your time with it. You have plenty of time. There's no time frame on Topstep that you have to pass by, therefore give yourself as much time as you need. But make sure you are actually consistent first. Task today, make a journal. Yes, I mean I can send this to you on Zoom, man. I can send this to you if you want it. You can just make a copy of it. You can delete all my stuff. But yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, you have to journal. If you're not journaling and you're not yet consistent, you don't know where you're going wrong, then how can you ever expect to get better? If you don't know what you're doing wrong, then how do you know what to work on? Appreciate it. Absolutely, man. Yeah, you can just make a copy of that one. It's read only, but if you make a copy, then you can kind of delete all my stuff and put your own in there, man. Yeah, tips on passing the combine is, yeah, like I say, just do it slowly and consistently, and do it the right way. Don't try and full margin it and pass it in 2 days, because you'll very likely just lose it 2 days later. You know, some people, you know, can pass it in a day, or sorry, well, 2 days, and then they end up just losing it the next week. So it's like, do what works consistently, and make sure you have an actual plan that you have proven to yourself works over a long period of time. Like my stats for the month here, you know, I've only been trading pretty small size for the majority of the month, and we're up 4.7 thousand here in this one account. So don't focus on trying to, again, the ranges are huge on gold, so trade it at small size and do it consistently. Do it the right way, because if you try and full margin the account, you know, guess what, you will not only lose it as quick as you got it, but you will also pick up very bad habits. And in trading, it's easy to learn things, it's very hard to unlearn things. So if you try and full port it, you try and take that same mindset to the funded account, I can guarantee you're going to lose it just as quick. And you're going to have bad habits that you're going to struggle to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, you don't... Yeah, if the hourly's confirmed the move, just take the trade. Don't really worry too much about it, to be honest, man, because otherwise you'll just talk yourself out of the trade. If it's closed, just take it. Again, it's something that you can refine over time. If the hourly's confirmed the move, just take it. Like, if you're waiting for today to give a steeper bottom wick, then you're overthinking it. It doesn't need to. Same as yesterday, it doesn't need to. There's the fake out, cool. There's a short. Take the short. You closed above, just take the long. You don't really have to worry about trying to have the perfect entry with the perfect wick. Just if it closes above, just take the trade. I have 5 accounts here on Topstep. I have 5 accounts here. As soon as it opens, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much to us, man. If the trade's basically, it doesn't really matter if you take it at the open or at the bottom wick. It really doesn't matter. If the trade's there, the trade's there. As long as it stops off the liquidity grab, you're absolutely fine. Yeah, it's crazy, Ali, yeah. From 200 ticks in a month to 200 ticks in a single trade. Yeah, literally, 200 ticks in a month. You know, last year was a great month. What are we up here today on gold? We're up 600 ticks. Like, it's insane. How's Italy? I want to see more day in the lives. We'll do some more day in the lives, man. Italy's beautiful. Thank you, man. Italy's absolutely beautiful. Maybe we'll do one today. We'll do one today. Yeah, you don't need a big wick, man. Like this hourly here doesn't need a big wick. And where would it wick into? Well, just the previous support, like there. Anywhere in that area is good to take the trade. It's something you don't want to over refine. If you're too worried about trying to have the perfect entry and the perfect trade, you're going to miss clear opportunities. Like I say, you can refine with time. If the hourly's confirmed it, just take the trade. And don't sit there and watch it go up and then down and up and then down. If it's based off the hourly time frame, cool. Execute, walk away for the next hour and see how it closes. Congrats on the new watch. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Italy's beautiful though. I have much more clarity in my trading since being here in Italy, in the nice countryside. NQ short, wow. Nice. Oh, look at the same as ES. Wow, look at that. NQ short, ES selling off as well. Wow, look at that, ES selling off. Too busy yapping, look at that, beautiful. Wick the highs. I'd say ES was probably nicer though, because you had that closure. You wicked the highs closed and then you got your short. Nice trade, man, nice trade. I missed that, nice trade. Too busy talking, a beautiful trade. Great trade. See if gold's going to pick up some volume. Look at that. You could actually come much lower back down to these lows here as well. Which color of your candles and background? The colors of my background. Here. I have that blue and white. And then for the background, I just have it to a gradient. And then I have it to this and this one. That's a nice sell-off there, look at that. What kind of rules do you have for max sizing? It depends on my buffer, to be honest. It depends on how much I have in the account and how much I want to risk. In this account right now, I have 4,000, so I can afford to trade 1 mini. My other account here, what have we got? 6,000, so I can afford to trade 1 mini. I think my other's around maybe 1,000, so it depends on max. To be honest, it depends on how big the stops are. It depends on how much I'm up for the day. It depends on where the account is at. To be honest, in these ranges though, you can make great money and great trades using like 2 to 3 micros. To be honest, you can make fantastic trades. Like I say, you took this Audi fake out here saying that 1 hour, gold's up 200 plus ticks. 1 micro, you've just made $200. 2 micros, 400. Like the ranges are huge. You actually don't even need to be trading that big a size. How do you switch from one account to another based on profit or losses? Yeah, kind of. Like this account here. I mean, this is my main London account. I'll try and prioritize this one the most. This is the one I mainly focus on for the month. And other accounts I might trade just for the New York session, for example. Or if I have a payout maybe pending on this one, I might just take over a couple of green days and then take the payout and then trade the other one in the meantime. If I hit my max loss on this one for the day for whatever reason, but I still feel like I'm in the zone, I can still make pretty good decisions, then maybe I'll trade another one. Or if I get a great trade here, I'm usually one and done per account, so I'll get my one and done trade, and then if I want to trade another one, I'll trade a different account in a different session, for example. Or sometimes I'll copy trade a couple. Can we target higher on gold? Or I mean, you can. What would if you have logic to? Yeah, definitely, absolutely. If you have reasons to target high, definitely. But you don't want to target high just because you maybe want to make more. If you have reasons to target high, sure, why not? But for me, look at this daily time frame. Yesterday's high is just a given target. Yeah, we could easily see this come back up into maybe this region, all the way back up into these levels at 4,060. So you could target higher, but for an intraday trade, if we can get long into yesterday's high from say somewhere back down at like 410, I mean that's 200 ticks. That's my day done. That's more than enough. More than enough. But yeah, if you're going to break yesterday's high, where would you very likely come to next? 4,050 would be a pretty easy next target. But the thing is, this could be a level where if you do squeeze these highs, you could easily pull back quite a lot before then trying to get another leg higher. So sometimes it's best just to take from here to here, because gold doesn't really just rip up like, I mean, it did here today, but very rarely. Gold will kind of have you have a leg down and you'll pull back up quite a lot, leg down, pull back a lot, and then have the next move. So yeah, you could, pull this up higher, but it depends on where you're entering long from. If you get it from here to here, then would I try and hold it from here to get up higher? Probably not, because the likelihood is you'll probably pull back quite a lot before then maybe getting that next push. So I'd rather take it from here to here and exit my trade. What PC do I use? That's a great question. I have no idea. I have no idea. Let's have a look. I got it on a tax deduction sale. Where did I get it from? I don't want to butcher the name. This? Yeah, like one of these ones. Yeah, I think it's like this one or something similar to this. Yeah, this is it. I don't know if it's the exact same. I don't know anything about all these fancy PCs, but yeah, this is what I use to stream and trade off. I have a Mac as well, but this is what I mainly use. It was a good end of financial year tax deduction. It's great for trading and streaming. You definitely don't need that, but it does the job. Game 2, yeah, you can game it. I was playing the new skate game. That was pretty fun. I haven't played that in a long time. So you got a decent sell off here on ES. Pull back, and to be honest, you can actually see ES come back lower. But remember, you are still very bullish. So if you want to trade against your daily bias, that's the risk you have to accept. But we are very bullish. Look at this, you're tagging the highs though. Who knows, if you could hold around these highs, you could get a potential short on ES and NQ on FOMC. So remember guys, I'll be tuning into the Topstep watch party today for FOMC, which will be at 6 o'clock London time. For me here today, guys, look at this run on gold. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a very nice run, but we know where the entry long was from. It wasn't from this high. And if I was long here on gold, this is where I would be taking profit, not entering new trades. So you kind of have to accept it and wait. As frustrating as it might be, there's two things you can do with that information. You can start revenge trading, or you can accept it and say, cool, the next trade's always right around the corner. So this move for me here happened at 5 a.m. London time. Well, I don't trade at 5 a.m. London time, so it's unfortunately just one of the things where it's moved outside of my trading times. So we accept it, we wait, and then we'll see what we get for pre-New York. Remember guys, like I say, I will be tuning into the Topstep stream today to watch FOMC. So if you guys are tuning in, then I'll see you guys in the chat on here on YouTube as well. Remember guys, you got D coming on right after me as well. But I'm going to walk away painfully, let gold do its thing, and remind myself that next trade is always right around the corner, and patience and discipline pays, like you guys have just seen through my stats here. So I will see you guys same time again tomorrow. Remember, we do have FOMC today, guys, so trade safe, don't force it, and I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.